Matthew Lee is a senior sound and recording arts major at the University of Southern Mississippi. Like most seniors, the Bay St. Louis native is thinking about what's next for him beyond graduation. Unlike most seniors, his career in music and sound already started about 30 years ago. He came back to school in 2022, 30 years after he first started at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. When he went there in 1992, the lack of resources and abundance of harassment led to him dropping out. Lee has been visually impaired since he was born in 1974. Because of that, there was a lack of resources available to help him succeed. Because of that, he was bullied through grade school and out of higher education.
The reason I hated school at a younger age is just kids are horrible, you know what I mean? And junior college, when I first went in, was like 13th grade, so, you know, there was still, you know, some heckling and harassment, you know.
Laurency Rogers is a senior PR and advertising major at USM. The Natchez native was born with optic nerve hypoplasia, which affects her eyesight. Rogers found her second home in Jackson at the Mississippi School for the Blind. She went there from kindergarten to her senior year of high school. When she came to USM, it too felt like home.
I had spoken with ODA and I was told that they were pretty decent, but I really found out how good the disability office was when I got here and I needed help, and they were very helpful in assisting me and making sure I got everything I needed.
Rogers and Lee are involved on USM's campus and even have jobs within Southern Miss student media. Rogers is the advertising sales manager for SM2, and Lee is an audio engineer for the radio station. They both note feeling supported by those around them within the School of Media and Communication, but admit that some things around USM's campus could improve.
A lot of steps have different brick colorings, or the ends of them will look a little different, but those look exactly the same, so it's very hard to tell the difference in those stairs.
The monitors were bolted to the tables, and they were too far away for me to see, so that's why I have to drag my computer and my monitors stuff and set it up every time I need to be in 205, I think is the room where the monitors are permanently attached.
So if they took away all the cashiers and they said, okay, everybody has to use this kiosk, I would never come to Chick-fil-A here because I would not be able to use their services independently. I should be able to come here, maybe put a headphone jack in, or push a button on the side of here or something to enlarge the font so that I can use this kiosk like everyone else on campus.
Rogers and Lee are just two of the nearly 1,000 students registered with USM's Student Accessibility Services, formerly known as the Office of Disability Accommodations. Since the start of the coronavirus pandemic, student registration with the office has grown close to 75%. According to university officials like SAS Assistant Director Susie Murphy and Dean of Students and Associate Vice President Serena Cantrell, people requesting accommodations for disabilities that aren't as noticeable is the main reason why more people use SAS than ever before.
I think mental health disabilities have risen, and being able to get accommodations for anxiety, severe depression, PTSD, those types of things has really come out of COVID. That's what I believe.
The majority of students that register with us have some type of psychiatric impairments, like depression, anxiety, and that's what we've seen increasing so much since the COVID pandemic.
Those with autism, like Emily Fleury, are those with disabilities not as easy to notice. She currently works as a barista at Java Mo's in Hattiesburg.
And I'm grateful for what I am doing today, and I am also grateful for who I am today because I'm learning self-love and self-acceptance for who I am, for my autism, my mental health, and everything that I'm doing right now.
Fleury is not a USM student, so a question remains. What resources can she and others outside of USM use? One such resource would be the Mississippi Department of Rehabilitation Services. MDRS is a state agency that helps Mississippians with disabilities find jobs, live independently, and even support their education. MDRS helps over 20,000 Mississippians across the state. This is approximately 0.7% of the state population. In Forest County alone, where USM is located, MDRS helps 796 people, more than 1% of the county's roughly 78,000 residents. MDRS helps to support those like Flurry through job fairs and work placement, and students like Lee with the equipment he needs to succeed at USM.
The school's resources are limited, where the state's resources are a little more, they have a little more ability to buy a $1,000 monitor and a $3,000 MacBook and a $5,000 magnifier. You know, I wouldn't have been able to buy it, that's for sure.
For Tiffany Parrish, who works within MDRS, the services Matthew Lee and others receive fall in line with what the agency offers for those who need its services.
We can help with different things such as paying college tuitions, help with computers. We work with all types of disabilities too, and we can help, once they graduate, help them find a career option.
But despite the support and resources available, anxiety about the future resonates in both Lee's and Roger's minds.
Why would you hire somebody who takes 6 hours to do the same thing that can really be done in 30 minutes by someone else? So you really have to sell yourself in other ways that would make an employer want to hire you. It's a scary thought, but it's true.
But a mentor from grade school, LaShawna Fant, serves as a powerful reminder of what Laurency Rogers can do. That mentor is completely blind. She lost 95% of her eyesight during her senior year of high school. The Houston native earned a PhD in counseling from Mississippi College.
She went through her entire college career blind. I think she had just lost her sight before she went to college, and just to see her be successful and to have her as a teacher really showed me that yes, I can do this, you know. So I did have that.
That's a lot harder than it sounds. I'm punctual. I don't call in sick unless it's something really serious. You know, I'm not late. If I am, you know about it way ahead of time. You know, I just want to be known as a good hard worker that put in his share, you know. I'm just having to go through a few extra hurdles to get to the point where I can do what I want to do and not end up at some job, some crummy job that I don't want to do just because I have to eat.
Growing up, Matthew Lee was insecure about his disability. His efforts in trying to hide it made him miserable. That, in turn, negatively affected his physical and mental health. He eventually got to the point in his life where he stopped worrying about his disability. His newfound confidence was mainly bolstered by helping his Bay St. Louis community during Hurricane Katrina.
I was in the Boy Scouts for like 10 years, and my skill level in living in a disaster was far beyond almost everyone else that was stuck in the same disaster as me. They couldn't make a fire, they didn't know how to purify water, they didn't know how to scavenge for materials and what was okay to eat, what wasn't. And I got a lot of self-worth from that.
Oh, you know why it does that? Why? Because when you click the 40 times magnification, like all the way to the right, it thinks that as soon as you click the...
Those with disabilities, like Laurency Rogers, want to be seen for the value she adds, not for the services she needs. Those with disabilities, like Emily Fleury, want to be known for what she stands for.
Hopefully, once they get to meet me or know me around the campus, they'll probably understand, and I'll share them my story for who I am, and I would love to get to know them for who I am.
And last but not least, those with disabilities, like Matthew Lee, have a sense of humor.
You know, like I like a good blind joke just like anybody else, but it better be good. You know what I mean?
So it's okay to laugh with him, not at him. Garret Grove, SM2 News.